Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Washington Street Gym here in Macomb, Illinois, as Honor Brother Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports. The TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Rushville-Industry Rockets and the Macomb High Bombers to do battle here tonight, and getting ready for the Bombers starting lineup. Kylie Robinson, one of the starters for Macomb tonight. Catherine Stortzman. Drew Creasy, number 10, one of the starters. Haley Emmerich. Aaliyah Abernathy, number 24, will be the other starter. Alan Thompson, of the Bushnell Alan Thompson. J.D. Beal among the referees tonight. So get ready to go. 50-2 was the score of the JV contest. Bombers won. This one is expected to be much different than that. Kaylin Prather getting ready to jump up with Aaliyah Abernathy. Here is Prather in the purple and won by Abernathy. Drew Creasy has it for the Bombers. She's going to drive. Nobody picks her up. She dumps it off to Abernathy. Abernathy goes out to Creasy for three. It's off back iron, no good. Abernathy gets the rebound, and a traveling violation called. Possession to the Rockets. Kate Vogler. Devin Vogler has it now. Tana Trone with it there. Recognize a good group of these names from their volleyball team, which improved greatly throughout the season. Played for a regional championship against Southeastern in volleyball. So do have some athletes here at Rushville-Industry. There's the shot up by Vogler of the Devon variety. It's off, no good. A rebound to Kylie Robinson, and back the other way it goes. Robinson's going to drive on Kate Vogler. Her shot's left short. Rebound by number 21, Rebecca Lewis, and it comes back the other way for Rushville-Industry. Vogler looks down to Devin Vogler, overshoots the pass a little bit, and Kylie Robinson comes down to take it away again. A minute in, and it's still 0-0 here at the Washington Street Gym. Creasy with it, gets it to Stortzman. Stortzman looks down to Abernathy, can't get it there, so she goes back to Creasy. Haley Emmerich, the other starter. That's the first time she's touched the ball, though. Now she's got it on the baseline. And she's going to step on the aforementioned baseline, out of bounds, possession to the Rockets. 6:35 to go here in the first quarter. The Bombers in a 1-2-1-1 zone press here. Trap press and a turnover. Creasy comes up with it, spins, and a travel called. So the press gave the Rockets a lot of trouble in the JV game. They're having a little bit of trouble here, but they are working it quickly up the field. Prather has it, and she might have got away with a travel of her own. Lewis with the rebound, stripped away onto the floor. Bunch of purple and white jerseys down there. And somebody got rolled up on. That was Creasy, who had Robinson land on her leg, got her rolled up. If it had been much more than that, it could have very well hurt Creasy's leg. She comes away unscathed. Jump ball, possession to the Rockets. Down low, Vogler leaves it short, saying it's going to go off of Prather. No, they say it's off the Bombers. Prather thought it was off her too. She turned around and ran back. Turned around and was running back the other way. Into Devin Vogler, out top Lewis, down low Trone, out to Prather. Prather's bank shot high off the glass, no good. Stortzman with the rebound, and back the other way it goes. And down to Robinson. Out to Creasy, back to Stortzman. Emmerich now. Abernathy with the touch. And Emmerich barely able to save it back in. Share this link if you would. Talk to your friends. And subscribe to the channel if you're a YouTuber on the regular. Dante Drake, thanks for watching from Charleston. We appreciate it. Tell us where you're watching from, who you're cheering for. Dante, you missed the 50-2 game we just got done. This one should be a lot better. You can tell it's going to be better. It's 0-0 still here. Defense is working. There's a shot by Kate Vogler, off no good. Rebound onto the floor. Prather goes down after it. Emmerich loses it to Becca Lewis, and they'll reset the offense. Tana Trone with it with 5:03 remaining. Trone goes to Kate Vogler. Prather now. Left side, Trone. Vogler is a huge, that was Lewis down there with a huge mismatch. Vogler gets the shot up and in. First two of the game goes to Rushville-Industry. They have a 2-0 lead. 4:40 remaining as we approach the halfway point here of quarter number one. Emmerich's got a good lane to the basket. The lefty is no good. A left-handed layup. Rebound by Kate Vogler. She'll give it to Trone, and Trone will bring it up for the Rockets. Prather loses it. Abernathy comes up with it. She'll push it back the other way. She gets it off to Creasy. Creasy, nice little hesitation dribble to the rack. It's blocked from behind by Prather, and she comes up with it. Drew Creasy's all up in her mug now, and it's going to knock it out of bounds. Possession to the Rockets. Prather takes a seat. Checking in for the Rockets is going to be number 15, Michaela Sawicka. If I'm saying that wrong, somebody hop in there and tell me. Sewika. And off of Lewis's foot as her and Stortzum fought for it. That's a good call by J.D. Beal as the ball went off of Stortzum and then right down to Lewis's foot and out of bounds. Halfway through quarter number one, 4 minutes remaining, and it's 2-0 Rockets. Bombers have the basketball. Robinson. Creasy three, off no good. Emmerich with the rebound. She puts it up. It's off no good. Sawicka with the rebound. Saved in and off of Vogler. And that was Drew Creasy down there fighting for the rebound and throwing it off and getting her team another possession. Stortzum will inbound it now for Macomb with 3:42 remaining. Inbounded to Abernathy. She lost it, but everybody had their back to her. Long two by Emmerich is off no good. A rebound to Devin Vogler. Slapping going on as down the court it goes to Kate Vogler. We go to Sawicka. Out to Trone. Trone's going to loft up a three. It's off no good. Backboard then iron. Trone tried to get the steal from behind, but Stortzum's going to push it back the other way for the Bombers. 3:15 remaining in the first quarter. Emmerich has it knocked away by Lewis. Lewis and Sawicka now. And they didn't find her soon enough. She's going to get a good look, but throws it hard off the glass. No good. Emmerich. And now Sawicka was fighting Emmerich for it, but now it's going to be a baseline jumper by Creasy. It's good, and the Bombers have their first 2 points. And a foul is going to be called. I believe it's going to be on Abernathy. It'll be the Bombers' first foul. It was on Abernathy, her first, team's first. Free throw line shooting two is Becca Lewis. First one's off the iron, no good. A couple subs coming in for the Bombers. Dakota Thorman, number 33, and Sophie Wilson, number 3. Checking in. Second free throw is good. Bombers lead by 1. Robinson drives to the hoop, misses a shot. Sawicka with the rebound. She gets it out to Vogler. And Lewis will bring it up for the Rockets. They lead by 1, 2:22 to go in the first quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rockets. Vogler. Lewis nearly couldn't get to that pass. Lewis Sawicka. Into the game for the Rockets. I missed it, I'm sorry, is Emma Flanagan. Stortson pushes it up the floor. She gives it off to Thorman. Thorman is going to be hammered. I don't know which it's Vogler or Sawicka. Oh, that's 23, not 33, excuse me. Vogler's going to pick up the foul. Kennedy Allensworth shooting 2 for the Bombers. Gets the first one to fall. Hits them both, does Kennedy Allensworth. Bombers lead for the first time by 1. Down the other way, Sawicka with it, a hard off the glass again, but Lewis is there this time for the rebound and the putback. And it's a 5-3 or 5-4 game now as Becca Lewis has 3 points. Gracie to Stortson. Wilson over to Kylie Robinson. 1:20 remaining in the first quarter. Creasy had a little jab step, pump fake, drive, and misses a shot. But I think Vogler is going to pick up her second. She is. That's a huge loss for the Rockets. Creasy's first free throw is good. Jordan Hines checking in for Stortson. Trone back in. Drew Creasy a chance to give the Bombers the lead here. It's not. It's tied 5-5, but Robinson gets the rebound. Shots off, no good. Prather got the rebound, and it goes back the other way. Devin Vogler has taken a seat as Prather came back in for her. Vogler setting with 2 fouls. Kate Vogler has her pass nearly knocked away. Trone comes up with it, though, and then Creasy's going to pick up the foul. That'll be the second on the Bombers. Well, maybe it's not a foul. Yeah, it was. She picks up her first. Timeout charged to the Rockets. The first timeout. We'll take just a 30-second. We'll keep it here. This game being brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. And Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. They, along with Bad Boy Mowers, are also our Athlete of the Week sponsor. We'll be announcing that player tomorrow as Hines gets another steal. Well, thought she had a steal, but Vogler comes up with it. She gives it. Now Trone has it from Lewis. Back up top, Prather. Left side Trone, 30 seconds remaining, and Robinson's going to get a steal as Trone looked away for just a split second, and Robinson gets the finish. Bombers lead 7-5 as Kylie Robinson gets her first 2 points of the quarter. Traveling called on Prather. The Bombers will have another shot at the basket as Emmerich checks back in. Drew Creasy takes a seat. 15.5 seconds left. Bombers lead by 2, 7-5. I want to say hi to Alex, who's joining us again. Happy to have you alongside. Congratulations on the football championship. And Donna Stortson, one of our regulars from PA, watching Kate and her teammates. You're very welcome, and thanks for watching. Allensworth with it, gives it to Kylie Robinson. To Sophie Wilson, 3, top of the key, a sports corner 3 for Sophie Wilson, and that's how the quarter ends, as Sophie Wilson ends it with a sports corner 3, and the Bombers take a 10-5 lead at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a break as well, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after this.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets a much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
And welcome back to Washington Street Gym here in Macomb, Illinois, as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It'll be Bombers basketball to start the second half of the first half. That would be the second quarter for anybody keeping score at home. Emmerich has it for the Bombers. Fouls resets. Robinson's going to try a triple. It's off, no good. Rebound by Trone, and then all the way down the floor. The foul's going to be called on Kennedy Allensworth. It'll be her first. Team's first of the quarter. Vogler gives it to Trone, who gets it down to Prather, who gets it to, nice passing, but then Seawick couldn't hold on to it. Emmerich's going to push it back the other way at 1-on-3, and she's going to lay it up and off, no good. Rebound falls around on the floor, picked up by Trone. Trone's going to push it by Sophie Wilson, and then I'm not sure if she was trying to bounce that past that or started to and then realized it wasn't going to work and lost the ball. I'm not sure which happened there, but it was a turnover nonetheless. 7:15 remaining here in the first half. The Bombers lead by 7 after the bucket from Hines on the assist from Sophie Wilson. Jordan Hines gets the bucket. Bombers lead 12-5. Saved in. More trouble taking care of the basketball. Outlets it to Hines. Hines from the right side. That was just not a good transition from the start, but Robinson's there for the rebound. She kicks it out to Emmerich with 6:30 remaining in the first half. Once again, if you would be so kind, subscribe to our channel. 3 on the way. Wilson, a sports corner 3, her second of the game. And the Bombers lead by 10. As I was saying, please like this stream, subscribe to our channel, share it with your friends, let them know that you're watching TSSR Game Time Live. Shot by Lewis is short, and back the other way it goes. No, that was Kate Vogler, excuse me. Right side it goes to Wilson, down low to Hines. It was knocked away by Prather, but Hines got it back. Robinson, pull step back 3, off the back iron, no good. Rebound, long one to Trone, and she pushes it back the other way. Robinson knocked it away and then got shoved down by Trone. No foul call on either side, and it's out of bounds to the Rockets. Stortson checks in, Kylie Robinson checks out. Devin Vogler back in with 2 fouls for the Rockets, number 44. And Drew Creasy checks in. Sophie Wilson goes out for Macomb High. 5:39 remaining here in the first half. Trone gives it to Vogler. Vogler looks down low. Her pass is stolen away by Hines. Outletted to Stortson. Fresh off the bench. She has it swiped away, gathers it back up, and steps out and resets the offense, does Emmerich. She gives it to Drew Creasy with 5:25 remaining here in the first half. Jordan Hines drives on Vogler. Vogler's got 2 fouls, can ill afford to get a third one here this early in the second quarter. Emmerich down to Allensworth, back to Emmerich. Emmerich's going to drive, puts the shot up. It's off, no good. Ball hits the floor, picked up by Kate Vogler. It's tipped away by Creasy, but picked up by Becca Lewis, and she'll walk it back down the other way, throws it ahead to Trone for the Rockets. Becca Lewis wanted the 3, didn't take it. She's going to drive, dump it out Trone. Trone will take it left wing. It's long. I thought it was going to bounce back in with rotation, did not. Hines with the rebound. 4:38 remaining. It's a long shot by Emmerich off no good. Hines and Vogler fighting for it. And Jordan Hines is going to pick up the foul. It'll be her first, team second. .4:29 remains in the first half. The Bombers are on an 11-0 run, stretching back to the first quarter. Rockets led 2-0, 4. Ball kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rockets. Prather leaves. Suika comes back in. Vogler to Trone. Triple team, throws it up, and it's going to be rebounded by Emmerich. 4:04 remains, halfway through the first half, or the second half of the first half, the second quarter. As Abernathy now gives it to Emmerich. Pass out back to Emmerich. It's Allensworth, thrown away. Vogler goes back the other way. She puts the left-handed layup up and in. Vogler scores her 4th point. She's had some really good looks, but hasn't got baskets to fall. Then she had to go out about halfway through the first quarter with the 2 fouls. There's a shot off, no good. Rebounded to the Rockets, and Trone will bring it up. 3:20 remaining in the first half. Lewis going to try and drive on Stortzum. Can't get it done. Goes down to Vogler. Vogler now comes out to Trone for 3. It's long. Rebound to Stortzum. And a timeout on the floor. Charge to the Bombers. Kylie Robinson's going to check back in. Drew Creasy's going to take a seat. It's a 30-second timeout called by head coach Jackson Kane. We'll keep it here and tell you this game's being brought to you by Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124. All while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Speaking of that, it's steak night at the Sports Corner at 124. I think it's Thursday. Isn't this Thursday? It is Thursday, right? Yeah, it's Thursday. It's been so many basketball games this week. I lost track of what day it was. Thursday night means steak night. Last night you missed it, but it'll be back next week on Wednesday night. It's $1 wings nights, and you talk about anybody about some of the best wings in town at Sports Corner at 124. They have specials on Sundays and Mondays as well, or Sundays and Tuesdays as well. So make sure you check out the specials and visit our friends at Sports Corner at 124. We'll be doing there's a long 2 from just inside the 3-point line by Emmerich off no good. We'll be doing the live reveal show for the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament live from the Sports Corner, our Park Place next door to it, one or the other, but we'll be there and revealing the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament broadcast. And there's a foul on Kylie Robinson, no shot. It's team 3rd foul of the quarter. Down low, Trone down to Vogler. Vogler puts the shot up and in. Kate Vogler that time gets the bucket. Down to a 6-point game, 15-9. Bombers were on an 11-0 run. Now it's a 4-0 run for the Rockets trying to claw their way back in. 2:13 remaining, down to Abernathy. Abernathy drives, puts the shot up off, no good. Sawicka with the rebound, and Trone will take it back the other way. Chance to cut this to a 4-point game, or a 3 if they hit a 3. Down to Vogler. Vogler puts the shot up. It's hard off the glass, no good, as Drew Creasy tried to draw the charge. She laid down a little too early, though, and didn't get the call. Robinson loses the ball out of bounds. It'll go back to the Rockets with 1:49 remaining in the first half. Sophie Wilson's going to replace Haley Emmerich, and that's a good, you think, well, you got to wait the contact, but Creasy had good thought there because Vogler's got 2 fouls, and she's probably their best scoring threat. And now a steal as Creasy got it from Vogler's pass, and who's that going to be on? They call that on Vogler as well, and Vogler's like, I didn't do anything. That's Vogler's 3rd foul. really think that was on Kate Vogler if it was on anybody, and Vogler's going to have to leave again. The first free throw by Kylie Robinson is good. Kind of saw that same thing happen to Dakota Thorman in the JV contest. Once they started calling fouls on her, everything was on her the rest of the game pretty much. She finished with 4 fouls in that JV contest. 1:35 remaining. Becca Lewis stops on the wrong side of half court. They're going to be close to the 10-second violation. There it is. As Lewis just stopped under the pressure of Kylie Robinson with 1 minute and 30 seconds left, a 10-second violation. And it goes back to the Bombers. Robinson. Pull-up jumper, no good. Trone trying to drive on Creasy, loses the ball, gathers it back up, gets over to Becca Lewis. 1:05 remaining here in the first half. Sawicka with it, down low. Man, they're fighting all over the place down there. All kinds of it. I mean, it was mostly on the ball. I don't know that they really slapped arms, but they had their hands all over the ball. Now Robinson can't finish, but Trone's going to pick up the foul. 2 more free throws coming for Kylie Robinson. Second foul on the Rockets of the quarter. Trone's going to pick up her first. Actually, she's the first person not named Devin Vogler to get a foul for the Rockets. Robinson's first free throw, good. Bombers open back up to an 8-point advantage. They've led by as many as 10. She hits them both that time. She's 3 of 4 as Robinson from the free throw line. 50 seconds remaining. Trone to Sawicka, excuse me. Loses it. Kendall Danner, who's in the game, number 2, picked it up. And the Bombers go back the other way, up by 9 with 35 seconds remaining first half. 3 on the way. Sophie Wilson can't get that one to fall, but she's going to track down her own long rebound. Stortsom to Robinson with 22 seconds remaining. Drew Creasy looks, going to drive, and a foul is going to be called on the Rockets. I think it's on number 13, Emma Flanagan. It was on Emma Flanagan. Team's third. Coming into Robinson. Robinson for 3. It's off, no good. Rebound tracked down again by Sophie Wilson. 12 seconds remaining. Stortsom gives it to Robinson. 10 seconds. 8 seconds. Robinson drives, dumps it out. Emmerich, back up top. Wilson out to Emmerich. Emmerich's got to get a shot off. Wilson's going to loft one up, and it's short. She made one at the end of the first quarter, couldn't do it at the end of the second. And that's the final of the half. Final shot of the half. 18-9 is the score. The Bombers lead the Rockets after the first 16 minutes of basketball. We'll take a break and hear a special word from our title sponsor, McDonough District Hospital. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
As you know, MDH is our title sponsor here on TSSR Game Time Live, and we're here with Lindsay Douglas, the Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment. I about left out provider out of that. So physician and provider recruitment here at MDH. It's a huge mouthful for me, so explain to us what that is.
Sure. So I am in charge of bringing in candidates for both physician and provider positions here at MDH. So provider meaning anything like nurse practitioner, advanced practice nurse practitioner, physician assistant, things like that. So I source those candidates, bring them in, and try to find the best providers and physicians to provide care at our facility.
So you found a home at MDH. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How long have you been here? Stuff like that.
So I am from Macomb originally. I graduated from Macomb High in 2009, graduated from WIU in 2014, studied communication there, and started my career in politics and worked for a couple different state representatives and state senators. Then found myself in the educational realm for a little while at the Regional Office of Education, and eventually found myself here at MDH. I started here in February of this past year. I started out as patient advocate, and this role opened up, and I'm now in the role of Director of Physician and Provider Recruitment.
Obviously, McDonough District Hospital, very important to Macomb.
Sure.
And it's the communities not only of Macomb, but Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, Industry. You're from here. So what was it that drew you back here and got you to stay here at MDH?
So MDH is like home to me. I am a fourth generation MDH employee. So my great grandma Nancy Weaver was one of the first nurses that they hired when the hospital opened in 1958. My grandma started working here maybe 10 to 15 years after that. She started as a CNA on acute care, and then she worked in peds, and eventually she worked as the unit secretary for home health and hospice, and she retired from that position after being at MDH for a total of 50 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. My mom is here as an administrative secretary. She's Brian's administrative assistant. And so I'm now here as a fourth generation employee of the hospital. So it was kind of a thing where I always thought I might end up at MDH just because of that family legacy of working in healthcare.
So before we came on camera, I heard a story. You guys were at a speaker recently, and you got to be there with your mom.
Yeah.
Does that make it really special to be a part of MDH, to still have your mom working here?
It's so cool. My mom is down the hall from me. So if I need something in the middle of the day, I can run down the hall and grab her. But it's also just cool to think about like the legacy that leaves in the community, especially being fourth generation and female. I think that's just a really special thing for my family and for this community here.
So as we look at those kind of, you have a personal connection here. How do you use those personal connections when you're out trying to recruit a physician or a provider?
Sure. So I use the story a lot of my office, actually. So I'm in room 318, which was a room for patients at one time, and now they've converted it into an office space. And one of my favorite stories to tell physicians is that my great grandma was sick in the hospital and was in that room, and that's where my grandma was recruited to join MDH. So my grandma had no plans of working in healthcare, but she was taking care of her mom as a sick patient, and the nurse at the time came to her and was like, "You are such a great caretaker. Why are you not a nurse? Why are you not doing this as your full-time occupation?" And so my grandma decided that healthcare would be her lifetime and like 50 years. And so she started working for MDH and was recruited right out of my office. So I just find that to be a really special connection when I'm looking to bring people to this community. Like the recruitment started in this office 50 years ago. And here I am starting a whole new legacy of recruiting people. And I just am so passionate about this community. And I just love living here. I moved back here from Quincy, chose to raise our family here just because we really love Macomb and we really love being in McDonough County.
So obviously the personal touch, you got the great personal story. You love Macomb. What does MDH offer to the providers and the physicians? What's the sales point for you on the professional level?
So because we're a small rural healthcare organization, your voice is heard here much louder than when you're in a large organization. So when you're in one of those larger hospital systems, you might be one of 15 to 20 providers in a specialty. At MDH, you might be one of two, you might be one of one. And so your voice in that medical staff office is going to be the loudest one in the room about your specialty. And that's a really unique situation for a physician to be, the main voice for speaking for pediatrics or for speaking for orthopedics or whatever that specialty is. You're it. You're the guy. You're the one providing the care for the whole community. And you don't get that if you go to a large healthcare organization.
So those bonuses are probably obstacles in some cases as well.
Sure.
So how do you overcome those obstacles?
It really depends on the provider. If someone is really wanting to be in a place where they're just want to in the background, they don't want to be that main voice, I kind of have to tell them, this is unique. It's a unique community where you're going to go out into Walmart to get your groceries and run into one of your patients, and you're not going to find that everywhere. And that might be scary for you, thinking about, I don't want to mess somebody's care up and then run into them and have to explain it to all of Walmart. But it's just, you can also sell that as you're not going to go to Chicago and work somewhere where you're going to run into your patients every day.
Well, Lindsay, I appreciate you coming and talking to us today. Hopefully some people can understand more about MDH and how it's such a family-oriented business and so important to McDonough County and the surrounding area. Keep doing a good job, and maybe your little girl that wanted that 100 chicken nuggets can be the next generation to join MDH.
Exactly.
Well, we'll be back after halftime here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
And welcome back to Washington Street Gym as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett, taking Perry on the camera. And second half opens with the Rockets having the basketball. Look at some scoring here in the first half. 4 points to lead the Rockets for Devin Vogler, who starts with 3 fouls here in the second half. 2 points for Kate Vogler and 3 points for Becca Lewis. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. That's the only 2 free throws the Rockets shot in the game, and a turnover to start things off. For the Bombers, led by 2 Sports Corner threes by Sophie Wilson. 5 points for Kylie Robinson. She's 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. And a turnover back the other way. Jordan Hines has 2 points. Drew Creasy has 3. She's 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And Kennedy Allensworth has 2 of 2 from the free throw line. The Bombers are 6 of 8 from the charity stripe and lead 18-9. And we are underway, and I don't think I advanced it to the third quarter. I did not, so we'll do that now. 3 on the way by Kate Vogler, off no good. Rebound to the Bombers. Robinson looks at the 3, doesn't take it. Gives it to Stortsom, and Creasy resets the offense. Three on the way is off, no good by Creasy. And a steal by Vogler. She'll push it back the other way. Devin Vogler can't get her fourth one here. She pulls up, gives it to Lewis. Lewis travels with it. Devin Vogler has one or two fouls right there. She probably goes all the way to the rack and tries to take a chance, but she can't do it with 3 fouls already here as we've just got underway in the third quarter. 6:25, make it 23 remaining. Out in the corner, Stortzum. Off, no good. On the 3 attempt. Creasy had the rebound. It's picked up off the floor by Stortzum and knocked away twice. Finally to Emmerich. Emmerich puts up the shot. It's blocked by Prather. Creasy was there. And a carry as Stortzum wanted to give it to Robinson, and Robinson took off right as she was getting ready to pass it. She already had her hand underneath the basketball, and that results in a carry violation and a turnover. 6 minutes remaining. Third quarter. Still nobody scored here in the second half. Bombers lead by 9. They doubled up the Rockets in the first half, and a foul is going to be called. That one might be on Stortzum. It is on Stortzum, her first, team's first of the second half. Stortzum gets her first, Catherine Stortzum. Devin Vogler at the free throw line, shooting her first free throws of the game. First one's up and good. First points of the half for either team come at the free throw line as Vogler has the second one coming. With 5:53 remaining in the third quarter. Second one rattles home as well. She's 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. And the game is down to a 7-point game, 18-11. Emmerich with it far side. Comes up to Robinson, near side. Stortzum wants Abernathy. Can't get it there. Good defense down there by Vogler. And they are battling hard down in the post. Are Devin Vogler and Aaliyah Abernathy. Now it's going to be a nice stop and pop by Kylie Robinson as she stopped and pump faked and then stepped back and hit the shot for her first 2 of the second half. 5:20 remaining. Kate Vogler nearly lost the basketball. She's going to go down to Devin Vogler. It's going to be a foul on Aaliyah Abernathy. It'll be her second. She's the first Bomber with more than 1 foul. It'll be the second foul of the quarter on the Bombers. Devin Vogler, and she tried to go right back to Trone, and Trone was not looking for it. Abernathy was, however, and she got the steal. 5:05 remaining here in the third quarter. Abernathy with it down low. Puts a shot up over Vogler. Trone got the air ball miss. Now it's going to be knocked away by Robinson. She'll give it to Stortzum. Stortzum puts the shot up and in. Stortzum gets her first 2 of the night. Becca Lewis over to Prather. A little too tall. Vogler tried to track it down to the Kate variety, but couldn't get there in time. Out of bounds, a turnover. Back to the Bombers it goes. 4:36 remaining. Stortzum brings it up the floor for the Bombers. Drew Creasy with it. Left side, it goes to Robinson. She'll loft up a 3. It's, in and out. How could that have not went in? It's going to go off of Prather out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bombers. Coming in for the Rockets is going to be Michaela Sawicka. And Prather's going to leave. It's 22-11. Bombers have their largest lead of the contest. Into Drew Creasy it comes. 4:15 remaining in the third quarter. Robinson backs it out, gives it to Emmerich. Emmerich tries to drive on Lewis, dumps it off to Stortzum. Stortzum fakes the pass and tries to run around the right side. Trone cuts her off, however. And the Bombers are going to take a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well, and we'll be back to the Washington Street Gym on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after this word from WIU.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And welcome back to the Washington Street Gym as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bomber Sports to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Game also being brought to you by Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, video games. Located at 324 West Jackson Street, they're right between Erico and Taco Bell. And after the timeout, Bombers have the basketball with 3:50 remaining here in the third stanza. Robinson gets it to Stortson, now to Emmerich. Up top, Abernathy. Left side, Drew Creasy with it. She's going to drive, gets a good look at the basket, and gets it to fall. Drew Creasy gets the shot to fall. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bombers, or with the Rockets, excuse me. Drew Creasy gets her 5th point. She hit the wrong button there, folks. Got to reset the fouls here. Down court it comes to Becca Lewis. That goes off of, thought it was going to go off Kennedy Allensworth's foot. It must have hit Becca Lewis on the way by. Turnover to the Bombers, 3:24 remaining, third quarter. Left side. Shot up and in by Kylie Robinson. She's got her 4th point of the quarter, and the Bombers starting to stretch the lead out now. They lead by 15. And that's going to go off of Emmerich out of bounds. Subs coming in for the Bombers. Sophie Wilson is going to replace Catherine Stortson. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Bombers lead by 15, 26-11. And Kennedy Allensworth is going to pick up a bit of a cheap one. Was a foul, but she's going to get her 2nd, team's 3rd of the quarter with 3 minutes remaining.
Personal foul charge to 23. Kennedy Allensworth, that's her 2nd, team 3rd.
Becca Lewis had an open shot. She tries to drive in, had it knocked away, gathered it back up. Trone for 3, top of the key, off no good. Allensworth with the rebound and gives it off to Robinson. Back the other way with 2:45 remaining in the quarter. Wilson with it, right side. To Creasy, out to Robinson, a long 3, off no good. Trone with a long rebound, and back the other way the Rockets go. Rockets have scored just 2 points here in quarter number 3. And an inlet pass intended for Devin Vogler from Kate Vogler is a little wide of the spot, and Vogler couldn't get to it. Jordan Hines checks in. Kylie Robinson's going to take a seat. The Bombers up by 15, 2:20 remaining in the third quarter. Sophie Wilson comes back to get it. She'll take over the point with Robinson leaving. Hines, Wilson, Creasy, Emmerich, and Allensworth on the floor for the Bombers. Creasy has it. For the Rockets, it's Sawicka, Becca Lewis, Kate Vogler, and a nice drive by Emmerich, and she's going to be fouled. Count it. Sawicka is going to pick up the foul, her first. First for the Rockets. Haley Emmerich gets her first points. An old-fashioned three-point play attempt. And it bounces around and falls through. Prather's back in. Looking down low to Becca Lewis. She's trying to back Sophie Wilson in. Gives it out to Vogler. She takes a 3, and she's going to call for a travel. She caught it, stepped back with the left foot, and then realized she wanted to be back a little farther and stepped back with the right, and that is a travel. Sophie Wilson to bring it up. 1:40 remaining. Kennedy Allensworth gives it off to Sophie Wilson. Sophie Wilson has 2 3-pointers tonight. Jordan Hines, she's been the only player to hit a sports corner 3. Well, and Drew Creasy says, I can try to do that. She missed it a little short, and she steals it away from Trone, who just was way too lackadaisical with the basketball after she got the rebound, and then she's going to pick up the foul to compound the problem. For Tana Trone, it'll be her second. Team's third. I think that team's second of the quarter. 1:21 remaining in the third quarter. Oh, Wilson was there. She just looked away a little too soon. And Stortson was trying to inbound. Becca Lewis, Tana Trone, Prather. Hines has it down low. Second shot's off, no good. Stortson comes up with the rebound. Devin Vogler and Kate Vogler on the floor for the Rockets as I finish their 5. Stortson is into the game now for the Bombers. We mentioned her. That was a nice give and go. Allensworth goes across to Stortson. Catherine Stortson's got her second bucket of the quarter. The Bombers really opening it up now. They lead 31-11. And a turnover turns it back over to the Bombers. 39.5 seconds remaining. The Bombers have outscored the Rockets 13-2 here in quarter number 3. Stortson picks up her dribble in a bad spot. Kennedy Allensworth tracks it down. 25 seconds remaining. Drew Creasy gives it to Hines, who loses it, threw it behind her. Prather came up with it on a turnover. Trone pushes back the other way. 10 seconds remaining. She goes to Kate Vogler, over to Becca Lewis. Vogler of the Devon variety was wide open to get it to her late, but she gets the bucket anyway. She's the only player to score for the Rockets in the third quarter. She's got 4, and that's how the quarter is going to come to an end. 31-13. The Bombers lead the Rockets here at the Washington Street Gym. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports. We'll take a break and be right back in just a few minutes.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
And welcome back to Washington Street Gym. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH as Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling brings Bombers sports. It's the fourth quarter. We'll reset the fouls, and it's 31-13. Bombers outscored the Rockets 13-4 in that quarter. Bombers are currently led by Kylie Robinson's 9 points. And a kick, it'll stay with the Bombers. 8 points for Kate Vogler to lead the way for Rushville-Industry. Seven of 9 free throw shooting for the Bombers. 3 of 4 for the Rockets. Emmerich with it. Drives, blocked by Prather, got it back, put it up again. That time she's going to be fouled by Prather from behind. And the Bombers will be at the free throw line with Haley Emmerich shooting 2. Prather picks up her first foul, team's first of the quarter. First free throw by Emmerich is good. Second one is nothing but net as well. She's 3 of 3 from the free throw line. And it's 33-13 again, 20-point lead for the Bombers. 7:26 remaining in the basketball game. Prather has it for the Rockets. She comes over to Kate Vogler. And nearly traveled with the basketball, gives it to Becca Lewis. Lewis had it swiped away, and then Kennedy Allensworth, nope, that's Kendall Danner, knocked it out of bounds. Madeline McClure is in the ball game as well. So Bombers going a little bigger here. Down low to Trone. Kate Vogler, off no good. Rebound to Abernathy. Danner gives it to Emmerich. So it is Kendall Danner, Madeline McClure, Aaliyah Abernathy, Kylie Robinson, and Emmerich on the floor. It's going to go off of Danner out of bounds. Possession to the Rockets with 6:49 to go in the basketball game. Vogler for 2, off no good. And a foul is going to be called. I think it's on Robinson. It is her second, team's first of the quarter. Trone for 3, and she finally gets one to fall. Tana Trone gets the three-pointer. Lewis got the rebound on the miss. 6 minutes remaining. Trone into Devin Vogler. She puts the shot up, off no good. Prather with a rebound and a foul on the Bombers. Prather's going to be shooting 2. Fouls on Emmerich. That's Emmerich's first. Second team foul. First foul shot for Prather is off, no good. Second one off as well, and McClure is going to travel with it. Stay with the Rockets. Tana Trone's 3 was off, no good there. Abernathy has it. Danner over to Emmerich. McClure. Abernathy drives, and she's fouled by Prather. That looked pretty clean. Got her with the body, maybe. Prather picks up her second foul. Team foul number 2 as well. Abernathy misses the first of 2. Robinson sits down, as does Danner. Stortsom's back in. Second free throw off, no good. Sophie Wilson looks to be back in as well. She is. Rebound to Abernathy, and she's going to be called for the travel. Coming in for the Bombers is Kennedy Allensworth, replacing Aaliyah Abernathy. 5:24 left here in the basketball game. It's 33-16. Bombers with the lead. Kate Vogler with it. That's number 13 back in the game, Emma Flanagan. Flanagan has it on the far side. Sawicka. Trone shot off, no good. Rebound picked up by Kennedy Allensworth. She gives it to Haley Emmerich, and back the other way it'll go with under 5 minutes remaining now. Stortsom's going to drive, throws it up, and a foul. They're going to call her for a travel. Devin Vogler and Becca Lewis checking back in for the Bombers, or for the Rockets, excuse me. Prather and Kate Vogler taking a seat for Rushville-Industry. 4:45 remains. It's the Rockets basketball. Flanagan, Trone to Vogler, and Stortzum's going to get called for the foul, I do believe. There's a foul on Stortzum, her second, team's third of the quarter. Trone gets it in Lewis, back to Trone, and Trone loses the ball. Stortzum's there to pick it up. 2-on-1. Emmerich puts it up and in. Really, Emmerich gets the bucket to fall. She's now got 7. 4:24 remaining, and a steal by Allensworth. She goes right back the other way. The left-handed layup is in and good. Allensworth gets 2. She's got 6. And now a foul is going to be called on Becca Lewis, I do believe. Foul is called on Becca Lewis. Her first, team's third of the quarter. Inbounded to Sophie Wilson. 4 minutes remaining, halfway through quarter number 4 here. Emmerich with the basketball. She goes back to Stortzum, over to Allensworth. Knocked away momentarily. Allensworth gets it back, though. She's going to come to Sophie Wilson. 3:45 remaining. Emmerich, nice little crossover there. Wilson is going to take another triple, and it was dead on, just a little short. Rebound to Madeline McClure. Allensworth tries to go back to McClure. It's tipped away, and finally regained possession by Sophie Wilson of the Bombers. Allensworth now pull-up jumper, mid-range, good. Allensworth has 8 points. Vogler throws down to Suica, and she's going to miss. Got Stortzum down there, who was just in the wrong spot at the wrong time to pick up the foul. 4th on the Bombers, 3rd on Stortzum. Michaela Suica is at the free throw line. Shooting 2. She hit the first. Second one is good. She had struggled using the bank board up close to the basket from the block, but she hits a couple nice free throws there. It's 39-18. Wilson down to Hines. Out to Allensworth. Gives it to Stortzum. They reset the offense with 2:46 remaining in the basketball game. Hines going to have an open look to the basket. The lefty hits it hard off the glass. Can't get it to fall. Lewis comes down with the basketball. 2:35 remaining. And then off of Vogler's head. She was not looking for it at all. Stortzum wanted to pass it to Creasy and lost it. Took her eyes off the ball, tried to pass it before she had the ball. Creasy with it, 2:22 remaining. Hines with it now. It's tipped away by Devin Vogler out of bounds. It'll be Bomber basketball. Subs coming in is Prather and Flanagan for the Rockets. Devin Vogler and Tana Trone taking a seat for Rushville-Industry. 2:17 remaining. Emmerich to inbound, gets it into Drew Creasy. Stortzum on the dribble. Gives it to Hines. 2 minutes, nearing 2 minutes. Hines gets the bucket to fall right there. At the 2-minute mark exactly. Hines has 4 points. That shot's a good one, but off. Prather throws one up. She's going to be fouled. And the Bombers are going to have 5 team fouls here in the quarter. Fouls on Kennedy Allensworth, her third.
Personal foul charge number 23, Kennedy Allen.
Prather misses the first of two. She's 0 for 3 from the charity stripe. Dakota Thorman, Lucy Platts, Kendall Danner, and Aubrey Holdhouse checking in for the Bombers. Second one's good by Prather. She's got one of her 4 in. 1:46 remaining in the basketball game. Platt with it. She had 16 in the JV contest to lead all scorers. 1:35. She gives it off to Wilson. Now back to Platt. Dakota Thorman, who was the eye of the officials in the first game. She had 4 fouls. A couple of them I really don't think were hers, but she was in the crosshairs. Once they remembered her number, they didn't forget it. I just dropped my pencil. On the floor, Flanagan's going to put up a shot. It's off. Sawicka puts it up and in. Foul on the Bombers. Hey, can you grab my pencil I dropped down there?
Scoring a foul, Michelle Sawicka on the line for 1.
Thank you. Right there. It's a foul on Holdhouse.
Personal foul charge number 40, Aubrey Holdhouse. That is her first personal foul.
Her first. Sawicka gets the 2-point conversion, or the 3-point conversion. She's 3 for 3 from charity stripe. 41-22. Wilson, Platt for 2, a long 2, and man, she got hammered on the box out so hard that Flanagan turned around and apologized, but there was no foul called. 41 seconds left here. Shots off, no good. Danner with a rebound, 35 seconds remaining. Holdhouse with it. She's got her name in the book, not the way you want to, though. She got a foul. Holdhouse, 21 seconds left. Comes up top to Kendall Danner. Bombers going to get a win here. 3 on the way is short. Thorman's going to save it in, but Sawicka is there. 10 seconds remaining. Tipped out of bounds by Sophie Wilson. It's going to go off of a rocket. I think it was Flanagan was there, and Flanagan's like, I didn't touch that. 6.5 seconds left. It's really doesn't make a whole lot of difference at this point. Sophie Wilson's going to push it up, and that's going to be the final score, 41-22. The Bombers get the win over the Rockets here at the Washington Street Gym. We'll take a break. We'll be back with some stats, and head coach Jackson Kane will come up and talk to us, I think, in just a few minutes. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Bomber Sports.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Welcome back to Washington Street Gym as the Bombers get a win over the Rockets, 41-22. That is a final. We'll talk to you about some stats here as we wait on Coach Kane to come up. The Rockets were led by Devin Vogler, who had 8 points. She was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 5 points all in the fourth quarter by Michaela Sawicka. She had 1 basket, an old-fashioned three-point play, and she also made 2 other free throws. She was 3 of 3 from the charity stripe, all in the fourth quarter. Kaylin Prather had 1 point. She was 1 of 4 from the free throw line. Becca Lewis had 3 points. She was 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. 3 points for Tana Trone, who hit a triple there in the fourth quarter. 2 points for Kate Vogler as well. So a lot of scorers, but not much scoring, if that makes any sense, for the Rushville-Industry Rockets. For the Bombers, a game-high 9 points for Kylie Robinson. She was 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. 8 points for Kennedy Allensworth. She had 4 points in the fourth quarter. She was also 2 of 2 from the free throw line in the first quarter. 6 points for Sophie Wilson, a couple three-pointers, Sports Corner threes in the first half. She ended the first quarter with 1, in fact. Also 6 points for Haley Emmerich, who was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 5 points for Drew Creasy. She was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. 4 points for Jordan Hines. 4 points for Kate Stortzum. And no points on 0 of 2 free throw shooting for Alea Abernathy. The Bombers were 8 of 12 from the free throw line. The Rockets 7 of 11 from the charity stripe. So, Coach Kane's down talking to his kids. I think we're just going to call this a night as we are done a little earlier than normal. We'll get out of here a little earlier. And a game that not a ton to talk about. The Bombers pretty much dominated throughout. They were down by a couple points early, but once they got the lead, it was 10-5, then it was 15-10, and then it kind of 15-5, and then it kind of just snowballed from there for the Bombers. So for Tegan Perry, I'm Dwayne Hulett. Thanks for watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We got games tomorrow night. None from Macomb, though. I think A-Town is on tap for tomorrow night. We'll be at the Great Western Shootout girls version on Saturday. 8 games during that tournament. BPC and Macomb plays at that tournament. Well, as Coach Kane's coming out, we'll see if he heads up this way since I haven't got off the air yet. He's going to walk across the gym, so we're going to call it quits. That'll do it. Bombers get a win, 41-22. We'll talk to you again very soon.